I'm Sir Tap Tap, and it's time for some spooky events. So I meant to have this video earlier, but the pizza events are here, and oh my gosh, it's complicated. I also have a separate video out for the Bloody Mary events, which are separate, but I'm going to start with the simplest to the most complicated here. So the first one, most basic one, is Trick or Treat. Just log in, and each day there is a new reward. Hopefully you haven't missed any. You basically just get an exquisite thing, you get some cheese game tokens, and you get some other stuff. So, pretty simple for that one. The second most complicated one is just this, it's a standard summoning reward thing. Every 6 summons, basically you get 6 game coins for the cheese roulette thing. So, pretty simple stuff. Just every time you do 6 summons, claim this. And you're going to want to use your summons carefully because there is a summoning event with boosted rates for 5 different ultra rares. We already missed B52. The other ones are, so it started with, it's about 3 days for each one. And so first 3 days, I guess 4 days, no, that's 3 days. B52, then Crab Lung Bao. Then Double Scoop is next. Then Bamboo Rice. And then it is finally Toso. So, ordinarily, Double Scoop would be a very high reward. Each of these has a mercy mechanic. Every limited pool has a mercy mechanic where in about 6,000 embers, I believe is the point roughly, you're pretty much guaranteed to pull the ultra rare once. So, if you stock up about 6,000 plus embers for the soul that you want, you're guaranteed to get them. You're not guaranteed to get the super rare, which is why a lot of people seem to get the ultra rare but not the other one. There's no mercy mechanic on the secondary character. So each of these pools also has Casada, who is actually really good. He's like slightly less good Sanma, and for this event he is actually better. So if you can get him and get him to a couple stars early on, you'll be in great shape for the pizza event. Unfortunately, I'm personally saving up for the Toso one, which is the final few days of the event, which is really annoying because I won't get a high star Casada until then, if I get it at all. But Toso, for me, she's pretty much the best ultra rare. She's one of the most painful ones to try and get ascended. I have her at 0 stars, and I still use her for Disaster and a couple other uses just because her link with Lava is so good. But I could really do with a star on her, so I'm saving up my stuff for that. Double Scoop normally would be really cool. The thing about Double Scoop is that you can get shards for them by fusing, so if you manage to summon them, they're actually good for pretty much forever, because especially once they're at 3 stars, they apparently become the best DPS in the game. But I think I'm holding out for Toso. I might do like 6 pulls on Double Scoop, but yeah. Basically just pick which one you want. You're not gonna have enough embers to summon all of them, unless you like crazy whale it up. But yeah, I'm saving for Toso personally. So that kind of ties in with this. You're rewarded for summoning by getting some cheese tokens as well. And of course, the main event, the pizza event, has kind of a story thing, and it works not quite like any other event so far. It's got a ranking. There's ranking rewards. Here's our resident whales here at the top with their whale avatars. So there you go. And here's our whales. I'm going to quit DM me. That's against the terms of service, but assuming that guy is selling his account, which he probably is, so good for them. But yeah, the damage ones, I bet the same dude is gonna get all of these. Well, surprisingly, it's basically the same. These 2 dudes swapped place, but yeah, it's gonna be the same whale that gets all of the damage thing. So what's the rewards, right? The damage clear rewards, like I said, the same whale is gonna get like all of these probably, but you get top 100 gesture damage for each rank, and you get the skins. I guess, is that an avatar? Yeah, but yeah, these are like, when I say whale, I really mean it. Like, people are gonna spend $1,000 or more chasing after stuff, or just like long time. You're limited to how many crystals you can spend, but still whaling helps for the damage. So yeah, you're competing against people that just spent literally thousands of dollars. But yeah, here's the ranking rewards, right? So Rank 1 to 50. These are whale, at least in Gloryville, these are whale only. You're not going to get those at level 50 current points. Yeah, so I've spent every crystal that I could, and so I'm still a fair bit below level 50, or you know, the top 50. I would really love to get 4-star. If I get 4-star pizza, I will be very happy. And I think spending gems every single day, it looks like I will be reasonably able to get 4-star. So the way this works is that below 4,000, you get 0-star pizza. Level 4,000 to, if you're rank 4,000 to 2,000, you get 1-star pizza. 2-star pizza for ranked 1,000 to 2,000. 3-star for 1,000 to 300. 3-star for 300 to 100. Or 300 to 50 is... oh wait, no. 1 to 100 get 4-star. Sorry if I've read that wrong. There's... ugh. Anyway. And you also get some ultra rare shards if you get in the higher ones. And as you can see, you get some soul embers back as well, which means it can be kind of... This event is very crystal hungry, but you do get fairly good rewards, so it's cool-ish. But you do get some good embers back. And definitely spend every bit of stamina, even if you're not going to spend crystals, because you do get good rewards. And if you beat 100 jesters, which everyone should be able to do this as long as you use your stamina well, you need about 7 jesters per day, and you will handily get it. You get a nice creepy avatar, and you get pizza. So you don't have to shard summon pizza. Nobody is going to shard summon pizza. Everybody, there's no way you're probably going to get, you know, any of these without first getting the 100 Jesters reward. Light Kingdom has a much easier job in the ranking, because like nobody takes Light Kingdom seriously. It's just like a wasteland of alts. So the Light Kingdom rankings are way easier, which I think is kind of dumb. I wish they expanded the amount of spaces that we get in Gloryville, because it's so much harder for us. Anyway. That's kind of how the rewards work. So there's 2 things to do in this. There's story events in the different tents. And by the way, the Jesters, each tent is just different story-wise. It doesn't matter which one you do for the events, other than there's different like whale frame rewards for beating him the most in a given tent. And don't worry about that unless you're willing to spend, you know, thousands of dollars, which please don't. Please don't. And if you do, I mean, I got a patron, you know, you could always check that out. Anyway, my fighting lineup, so the way it works is staff give you 500 points. You click these random mirrors, and there's no way to know where the Jester is. It's just totally random, don't even worry about it. Fighting staff is not too bad, because fighting staff gives you 500 points. Fighting the clown, you're almost guaranteed to do less than 1 million damage. You have to have a really good team to do that. So fighting staff is always nice, but fighting the clown gets you cheese tokens, which I'm going to get to at the very end at this raid, but I will explain what cheese tokens are, don't worry. You also get medium experience bottle, not that it matters. So what I used for my team, I used this team initially just because B52 was boosted on the first day. I still seem to do the most damage with it. So the reason, and I use pure attack Fallen Angels except for Tangy. Oops. No, I need you. Stay there, please. Let's take a look at my Fallen Angels. Let me make sure I have Tangy's Fallen Angel equipped. Basically, the Jester does both fractional and absolute value damage. So having more HP is good, but it's not necessarily going to save you, because he does nukes. Oh, I don't have Tangy's Fallen Angel. Okay. Tangy just needs a bit of HP to survive the later parts. And that's all she really needs. That one will be fine. So the reason I use Tangy is to block his nukes. He works a lot like the guild boss. You can use your guild boss strategy and you'll probably do fairly well. He's not identical to guild boss. But basically what we're gonna do here, and the reason the staff costs 10 stamina to fight and the Jester costs 20. So that's why you need to get 1,000 points or more to quote-unquote benefit from the Jester. But you still want to fight Jesters anyway, because you get cheese tokens and you get, at 100, gestures, you get pizza. So don't worry whichever one you get. So my strategy for the Crazy Clown is I wait until his first nuke, which is about 3:05 on the timer. He does his first nuke, and the nukes are percentage based, his other attacks are not. And he gets stronger as the battle progresses, just like the disaster boss. So right at this point, I use the invincibility to block his nuke, and that's why I use Tang Yan and Mooncake, so I can just completely block the nuke. Miso Soup I actually have here for DPS, but he also has a convenient heal. So my strategy is, wait to block the first nuke, don't need to heal before that. After that, immediately cast Tang Yan as soon as she's charged. Except if there's a nuke coming up, which is a nuke coming up at like 2:08, I think? You can tell he has a little wind up, there we go. I'll have a link to the written guide, which will have the exact second mark to heal. There's various strategies you can use for this. Mine is not necessarily, you know, the end-all be-all, but it does help a lot. It does. I do about 750 points worth if I, without the boost. I was dealing over 1,000 with the boost from, what's his butt, B52. Oh. Hit in time. Oh, no. Okay. A little bit too late. So, the cool thing about this one is that you can restart. You can't do the trick where in the guild boss, if you die, you can just close the game because it brings up a revive pop-up. This game doesn't do that, so if you get KO'd, it instantly submits your score, so you can't do that. So if you're gonna wipe, just pause the game and go to restart. Now, let's try that one more time. So basically our strategy is to block each of the incoming nukes, heal as much as we can after the first nuke to keep our HP up. We're gonna lose at around 1 minute, no matter what. It's extremely hard to survive past, and I think a lot of the top damage dealers actually do not live to the end because it's just not worth it to, like I could make a super defensive team that survives to the end, but they wouldn't deal more damage, so it's not worth it. It's all about dealing damage. You can't beat the clown. Running out the timer does not give you any added benefit. Oops. I sleeped on that one. That might be a little bit too bad. Tangy's heal takes about 25 seconds to recharge, so if you're about that distant from a nuke, you're fine. I think this might just barely be enough time. It will. Okay. So the clown doesn't seem too hard yet, right? The thing is, after every nuke, I believe, his DPS starts dealing more damage with his damage over time, that bleed effect. So that's really bad. And eventually it starts dealing like 600 damage per tick, and it does 4 ticks. So, you know, about 2,400 damage, which for some of my weaker souls is like everything. And he even gets a little bit stronger past that, but we're not gonna live that long. Okay, so Sanma didn't get KO'd yet. He probably will very soon. As you can see, we start taking crazy damage. Sometimes I get that heal off on Miso. I usually don't, but that's fine. We'll do pretty good damage. And like I said, almost nobody can deal 1,000,000 damage to this, so don't expect to do as much damage as you do to the guild boss. I did 724. This is basically every 1,000 damage you deal is a point. So I did 724,000 damage, which is very respectable. If you can match my score, you will do fine in this event. Me, I would say, I have made purchases in this game. I've bought the monthly packs and a few of the rice gifts, but I would say a free-to-play player that is very dedicated to the game should be at or around my level. You should be able to do about that. I'm probably not using the exact absolute perfect possible strats. A friend of mine who is something of a whale, but has some very good souls. He does over 1,000 damage, and he has Crab Lung Bao to do more damage. And I actually do have Casada, but I did not deal more damage using Casada, so I stuck with B52. Plus, B52 has the added benefit of he has enough HP that I don't need to put an HP line on him. Setting up your Fallen Angels, like if I had 3 attack, 1 HP Fallen Angels, I would probably live longer. I'm not sure if I would deal more damage, and I'm not willing to screw up, potentially, my Fallen Angels in order to test that out. Shut up, phone. I'm already awake, what are you doing? So my phone decided it was time to wake up. Black tea is a pretty good replacement for some of these. My problem, I can't use black tea because I haven't buffed her skills in a long time. Black tea's basic actually does great damage because it deals a high percentage of damage based on her attack skill. That's the reason I chose the characters that I did, except for Tang Yan, is because, and Mooncake, is because they have basic skills that deal single target damage. Which means that, like, okay, 120% of Food Soul's attack stat, and her attack stat is over 1,000, so she deals pretty good damage, and that's, you know, partly because of her Fallen Angel. Casada, like I said, is Baby Sanma. He has basically Sanma skills, but they deal a little bit less damage. Sanma is completely ridiculous, and I love him. Unfortunately, I need... If you had, like, 1 or 2 stars on Casada, I think it would be fantastic. In fact, I might even be able to make do of him if I had a 1 HP Fallen Angel, but I tried him out and it just wasn't worth it. I think you need at least 1 star to beat my particular souls. Like, I got 3-star Sanma, I got 3-star B52, like, they're pretty good, so Casada, 0-star Casada is hard to work with. And the reason I use Miso Soup, by the way, a lot of people don't realize, Miso Soup is actually fantastic. But only in things that mostly deal fractional damage. He does, as you saw, he gets KO'd towards the end of this fight. And like I said, 1 HP line would save him, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth it. Because I'm gonna get KO'd pretty fast beyond that point. Because Sanma goes down, and the more lines of HP you have on their Fallen Angel, the less damage you're gonna do. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. Back to my whale friend strats. Like I said, you're probably not going to be able to make this work, but I believe he uses Milt and Labakongi. Labakongi is super good for this because she blocks the heal, but it's a very RNG thing because her basic skill will remove the bleed, which by the end of the battle, the bleed is what's killing you, not the nukes. And but you do have to survive the nukes if you're not using Tang Yan. She's the only way to block them. So it's iffy, and you have to have enough HP. If your whole party is like 5-star SRs or 3+star ultra rares, you might be able to survive. But actually my Sanma doesn't even, well, he's a 3-star, not 5-star. Like a total whale team could probably do it. I have not been impressed with Milt. He's got Milt at 3 stars, so I think his perception of Milt is very skewed. Her skills are a little bit under-leveled for me, because like I don't use her, so I didn't waste too much. But yeah. Oh, also, one quick tip. For skills, skill level 11 and skill level 21 increase percentage-based effects. So, if you don't know what to level your skills to, start with skill level 11 for anyone you even rarely use, and level 21 for the important ones. And that's only for ones that deal percentage of damage. So like, at level 1, this deals 100%. At level 11, 120%. Level 21, 140%. So that's critical to squeezing the most damage out of Sanma, out of Miso Soup, out of B52, who has percentage-based ones. If it's not percentage-based, level 21 is just another level. It's not necessarily important. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, cheese. I'm so sorry if you're only confused about the cheese one. Something had to be last, and it turned out to be cheese. Cheese is a fantastic food soul. You get these tokens as you play all of the other parts of this event. You get these tokens, which is why I saved it for last. You get these tokens, and what you do is you pop in a little thinger here. I'll waste one just for you. Just for you, chat. Just for you. Oh, garbage. Oh, crystals. But you get random rewards, and the thing is, each day has 100 eggs. And look at that booty. Each day has 100 eggs, and so if you pull 100 times, you're guaranteed to get all the rewards here. There's 5 extra special rewards, so you're gonna want those extra special rewards, right? But the thing is, each day has different special rewards. Each day has 2 cheese shards, which in theory, getting each cheese shard would be great, but the best way to play it, in my opinion, and in many other people's opinion, is to save up 100 tokens so you can play on the days that give soul embers and crystals, and then keep buying eggs until you get all 5 rewards. If you get all 5 rewards before finishing the machine, you can absolutely stop, and I would definitely recommend it. there is a potential you'll have enough extra coins that you can spin on some days that don't have the things, but like, I'm spending every crystal I can for this event, and I still, I barely have any surplus so far. So, well, I will have a little bit of surplus. So I could maybe take like 10 spins on like some other days, but just save up for these ones. The guild vouchers are pretty good too, but personally, crystals and soul embers are great. Like I said, it's not a huge deal if you go just for any random day for the cheese shards, but you do want to have the 100 saved up so you can guarantee that you get them. Also, if you do 100 pulls, which you absolutely will be able to do even if you're free to play, don't even worry about it, you will get cheese directly. And cheese is so far the absolute best M rank food soul. She even beats Strawberry Daifuku, which is ridiculous. She is hard to ascend, slightly harder than even... She's easy to get to the lower levels, but getting her to 5-star seems basically impossible. Maybe for whales, but yeah. So what Cheese has, other than being absolutely adorable, look at that chibi. That's a good chibi. She has All the Rage 2, Gain Fame 2, which means these are stronger than the usual All the Rage and Gain Fame. So that increases customer inflow by a lot, increases fame by a lot for each dish, and that's the one that, I forget what it's called. It's the one that Pudding has that doubles. It gives you a chance of doubling their food intake. Good Appetite. And I think it's just regular Good Appetite, not like a Good Appetite 2. But even at 1 star, Cheese is immediately a useful restaurant soul. At 3 stars, she is one of the best along with Pudding. I would still put Pudding because he has both Gain Fame and it, if you only have 3-star Cheese. But at 5 stars, Cheese is the absolute best and should always be your supervisor. Unless you need Skewer for an event. And also she has Workout, so she has extra freshness. But yeah, Cheese is ridiculously good and very easy to get. Like I said, even free-to-players will be able to get at least a few stars on Cheese. Like 1 or 2, I would say, at least. And like I said, it's luck dependent, but the first few stars on an M Soul are pretty easy, especially for an event like this. So, a lot to cover. I don't like to make my guides too crazy long, but there really is a lot to talk about in this event. So hopefully that helps. Using the boosted soul, the boosted soul on when fighting the Jester, by the way, that just maps to whoever is in the park sign-up pool. So Crablong Bao is boosted today. Double Scoop will be boosted next time, which that's when all the whales are going to deal crazy damage because they're all going to have like super high stars Double Scoop, and Double Scoop does great damage. So yeah. Kind of a shame I can't pull on all these banners, but me and what embers? I'm just gonna go for at least 1 star on Toso. Oh, so I'll probably live stream my Toso pulls. I like to share the grief when I pull. Yeah, getting Casada is pretty good, but I can't justify spending that many embers until good old Toso happens. By the way, they changed how the Japanese voice pack. If you have the Japanese voice pack, you have to go in here and re-download the Japanese audio. It used to switch you back to English CV until you did that, so at least let you kind of know. But now you just come in here, there's a button. It's like Cheese initially, it downloaded the English one for me, for her, but not the Japanese. But I got it now. Her Japanese thing is so different from English. So that's pretty much it. And also there's obviously, you know, the UI thing. Oh, fun little thing. You can make this guy explode. Somebody in chat in my last live stream showed me that. I figured he was just there for decoration, but that's really cute. So, oh, I forgot to mention, Pizza's really good. He's like possibly the best ultra rare. And if you can get him to like 4 stars, you'll be set for life. He does high single target damage and he blocks healing for the target he hits. I think it's like the highest defense target. So basically he neuters healers and defenders, and he'll be like, I don't think it's like possible to beat high-level specters in Catacombs without him, because they just heal so much. So pizza is super worth it. That's why I've been saving my crystals for him. If I could get 3 or 4 star pizza, I will be very pleased. I'm already pleased to have cheese because she's really good for the shop. She's so cute. So yeah, that complicated mess is the pizza event. Like I said, there's so much going on, and I wish I could be more succinct, but really, I'll have it in the written guide. If you missed anything, if anything was confusing, I'll have the written guide updated soon. And, you know, I like written guides because you can read over it. If something was confusing, you don't have to like skip back and like, wait, what did that dumbass say? You can just read. You can just read it again, and it's like, oh, I see. And you can just skip over the parts you don't care about. Hard to do that in a video. I don't actually like video guides, which is part of the why I make them a little bit more rarely. That might seem weird for somebody with a YouTube channel, but I prefer making written guides. Anyway, that's the pizza event. Good luck, everybody. Just don't take my spot, okay?